I'm Geoff Nemnich.
And I'm Rick Paillet.
And we're the hosts of The Last Stand. Coyote hunting is my passion.
And coyote calls are my livelihood.
And together we aim to bring you the best predator hunting tips, tricks, and tactics, right down to the last stand.
The Last Stand, presented by Lucky Duck Predator Calls. We are the masters of deception. Swagger bipods. Shoot with confidence, shoot with swagger. OnX Hunt. Know where you stand. Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable.
So day 2 in Nebraska, Colten got his first coyote day 1. Hey, why not get him another coyote on day 2?
So we had a little weather change on our second morning. The wind switched out of the north-northwest, cooled off. I was more fired up just knowing that it wasn't going to be mid-70s and the wind blowing out of the south 30.
Hey, day 2 with our hunt with Colten. We're in a new part of Nebraska. A little different look, but still great coyote country. In a pasture, we got some cattle, always a good thing. Great transition area we're gonna slip into. Big CRP field's gonna be off to our left. Just a bunch of rolling, yucca-covered pasture. Colten, what do you think? Gonna get your second coyote? This is a good stand. No typical stand. This is a ranch I've been hunting for 25 years. Made this stand, 25 times. Once again, it's probably a 50%er. Killed lots of doubles on this stand, first stand of the morning, so hope it pays off. What do you think? Yep. All right, let's go.
Kind of the name of the game for day 2 was chaos, and it started out right from the get-go. We got this coyote coming up, and we just couldn't get the coyote to stop.
It's gonna be right on the left, right here. Right here. See?
Woo, 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 woo.
No, shoot.
Woo! Woo! If it was one of us shooting, we'd have shot him chest on, running at 80 yards up to us. But we were trying to get him stopped for Colten, and the coyote just kind of veered off right through the cows. There was no chance for Colten to shoot because he was shooting left-handed and trying to swing that way. Not the most perfect way to start off a day. It was exciting, obviously, calling in a coyote like that, but always a little bit of disappointment when you have one that close and everything worked out that perfectly that you didn't get that coyote killed. So we regroup. I have another stand right in mind. There's a big prairie dog town about a mile from where we were. We backed out, we made a big loop around. The wind was in the perfect direction. Instantly, when we sit down, we hear a coyote howl off in the distance down below us. So I fire the call up. I let some lone howls back.
Geoff howled with Sook, long howl in the long howl folder. And we got a coyote answer, bang, instantly.
Howl back at him here.
Yep, he must have saw us setting up.
I'm gonna go into some pup stuff here. See if I can get him to break on that.
And I noticed when it answered, it was a little yappy, you can tell, just aggressive howl, like it wasn't liking something.
It was not just the normal lone howl. It was a little more angry, a little more agitated. Not quite the booger barking howling that you hear, but it didn't sound like a coyote that was unsuspecting of us there.
And then another one howled off to the right. Oh, here comes one to the right.
Oh, here's one coming from the right. See him to the right, coming down the side hill right here. Here, go, get ready, right here. You ready? Here. Yeah. Get ready, right here.
See? I'm thinking about taking a poke at that sucker out there.
Well, we ended up getting the coyote, the original coyote we saw, the original coyote that howled at us. He stayed down there 800 yards. the more and more I think about it, it could have been the coyote we kind of boogered up walking into that first stand, because that would have been just right where that coyote kind of would have ran to. The second coyote, though, obviously was a new one. When I started into that pup distress, he came off over the hill to the right, kind of looped down right in front of Rick, checked up when he saw him down there about 100 yards, and Rick thumped it. So
That's what a coyote does when he don't like something or sees you set up or has been called before. It's a choppy.
we got one. Let's go check it out.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty sucker, light one.
That's a good looking coyote, huh, bud? Okay, what is that? Male? Female?
Male.
How do you know?
Because
Because why?
it stepped in the cactus.
Oh, because it stepped in a cactus? That's why it's male.
Ow!
Ow! Yeah, so that was definitely the second coyote we heard. They kind of got to howling back at each other, you know. And
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm thinking though that just the angle of everything, that would have been out there in that area, would have been right where that coyote from that first stand ran to.
I agree.
And the way he didn't come running in.
Yeah.
That's our fifth
You know what's
coyote.
cool is when they're that far away and you watch them in the scope or whatever.
You see their head go up.
Yeah, and then
It
you
is
hear
down,
the
and then
sound
you
a
hear-
little
yeah,
way. That's
yeah.
cool. Just to
I
have
was dragging back to the
just that
truck.
the vocals and the howling is what it's really
Dad,
awesome.
Heck
Just-
yeah.
Try that around in
This one answered over there as well.
Yeah. We roll into that third stand of the morning. Just probably one of the most picturesque stands you could probably ever imagine. We kind of side hill it coming around. The sun was coming up obviously to the left, so the whole hillside was shadowed as we're walking in, which obviously disguises our movement for any coyote out there looking. And once again, as we're getting set up, as we're getting ready, a coyote out in front of us, 400 or 500 yards, howls. There's a coyote. Yeah, you see him out there? He might be up on that side of that hill. You see him out there, Rick? Huh? Yeah. Oh, there he is. Yeah, we're gonna kill him. You see him? Sean, he's in those evergreens. The bottom. There. We start looking and we spot the coyote. And we get to looking, and by that time I have the call fired up. I let out a lone howl to respond to him, and the whole valley seemed like it lit up with howls.
Look at my finger.
Yep, there you go. That's a different coyote.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Cole, let's get turned right here. Turn there. There you go. There you go. Now remember, get your knees up. You've got to get your knees up. That's another coyote. That's over. That's a different one. There's 5 coyotes down there at least.
This little evergreen.
Yeah, the little one right to the bottom of it.
Yep, I see him.
Give me in, Rick.
Okay, we got it.
Rick,
Listen, Colton. Shh. Okay, we got at least 5 coyotes howling down here. The cut in the bottom, the lone evergreen tree, all in them by itself. There's one right there. We got a couple probably over by the red barn. We got at least one over this hill over here. This is gonna get wild, I guess, when we turn this call on here. Okay, you can see that one now, Sean. Lone evergreen down there, you got him? No, just stay, keep your gun right here. I'm gonna see if I can find those over by the red barn.
Geoff starts out, I'm pretty sure it was Sook Long Howl in the Long Howl folder. And man, that place just lights up. They're howling all over the place. And man, I mean, we're like, And another one pops out over here to the right.
Okay, here we go.
And Geoff, I'm not sure what distress he played because it's so much stuff was going on. But anyway. What'd you say, Max?
Where's he coming from?
I don't see.
The big clump of them?
right to the left of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Sean, coming from the left clump, the big clump of evergreens, there's one coming right through their heart. 3 of them.
So is this one on the right over here.
Okay, the one from the right's coming too. Colten, you're gonna shoot the lead coyote when you just pick one out. The first one that stops, you're gonna shoot, okay? Okay, here they come, straight from the evergreens. Yeah, you see him? They're fighting.
Yep,
They're fighting.
they are fighting.
Look at them fighting down there, Colten.
Hear him squealing?
Those guys are fighting. You all know, Sean, those two fighting?
That's pretty cool.
Okay,
That's why they,
Still one running.
hey, just stop. Yep. There's still one coming from that lone evergreen. Did he run that other one off? He's gonna run over and run that other second coyote off.
yeah, he is.
You see him cutting to the right, Sean? Okay, the other one's kind of coming behind. There they are. Okay, they're all 3 in a group now. All right. Okay.
Get off safety.
All right, here they come. Not yet. Here they all come, Colten. Just be patient. We're gonna get them right down here. Okay? Let's get the guy right here. Okay, sit up tall. Sit up tall.
Off safety.
Not yet. Yeah. Let's lead one. 4 of them. Here we go. We got the lead coyote. Don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. Okay, here he comes. We're gonna shoot this lead one.
Off safety.
Yep, yep. Okay, hold it right here. Okay, get up in the gun. Not, get your knee up. Get your knee up. I'll stop him for you. No, take your time. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Get your knee up. Get your knee up. Oh, the cow spooked him off. The cow spooked him. No, 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 no. Not yet. This minute. No, no. Let's see if we can get him back here. Here, Colten, can you get on this one? You want to shoot that guy right there? When he stops right there. Get your knee up, get your knee up.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Not yet. Not yet. Nope, nope, nope. You can't shoot that one.
We
Move your
can
butt.
take this one right here. or
Move your
what?
butt, move your butt. Okay, get your knee up, get your knee up. Get your knee up. There you go. Take your time. Slow squeeze it right on him.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Right on his shoulder. Slow. Nope. If you're not steady, don't. Slow squeeze. Slow squeeze.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
One coming on the
Yeah. Colten, those are too far. Rick, kill him. One. Right out there, Rick. There you go. Oh, next one out there to the left. Right. Oh, right over top of him. He's gonna stop again. He's gonna stop. Let him stop.
One coming
Let him stop. Just a minute. There he is right there. Kill him right next to that one.
You smoking it? We thought we got another one coming.
Colten, dang it.
Okay.
All right. You know that those cows hosed us.
Yeah.
That lead coyote was coming right up, and then all of a sudden these cows come around the hill and charged him, and that spooked him out, or we'd have got him just right here. We should have just had him
He was down here at 125. And then he just kept cutting to the, Colten's a left-handed shooter, and he kept cutting to the left, and we were having a heck of a time trying to get Colten moved. The rest of them faded out there about 200 yards. Pretty wild. They were whipping the crap out of each other. A couple of them scrapping out there. And then when this lead one came, they started, the back three, they started rolling each other up out there again. That was wild.
I shot that first one.
That was pretty crazy, man. All those coyotes started howling like that, and you're like, where are they at there? Oh, there's one, there's one, there's one.
Yeah, there was 4. Good thing we killed. We got 6 coyotes today, huh?
We have 2 now. We've got them on back-to-back stands.
Kind of interesting.
We got 7 kills. Now we have 6 kills, huh?
Did you get to film some of them fighting?
Woo!
I heard one squealing too. The runt was squealing.
We caught them all right down in the bottom where we were wanting. Fun stand.
Hey, grab that call. No, we can get, yeah, grab it.
So the next stand, once again, we're in coyotes. We have coyotes coming right up to the call. Patience, we're trying to be patient. We're trying to get, Colten the closest shot possible. And then it doesn't work out. Chaos ensues. We end up not getting any coyotes on the 4th stand of the morning. But once again, we're king coyotes. We're calling in lots of coyotes. So we keep grinding. We just say, hey, let's put our head down. That wasn't ideal. That didn't work out the way we wanted to. But hey, hopes are high that there's going to be just another coyote to shoot on the next stand.
The next stand, we get set up just like before, a beautiful filming spot. We're hiding in the pines. We get set up and Geoff starts calling, and kind of went on, long enough where I was thinking, ain't nothing here, nothing here. And then all of a sudden, oop, there was a coyote way down in there, come out of that cut, but it really wasn't that interested. Geoff switched this up and switched to some other sounds, and it kind of come a little bit, and then it moved over to the right a little bit, and it actually laid down out there.
What you get early season sometimes is young coyote, pup coyotes, still real timid. They haven't built up any aggression, and especially if they know if there's older dominant coyotes in the area, they're not gonna just come running right up to the call, so they don't want to get whipped.
Geoff turned on this one fight I got called WTF. Then another coyote popped out of the same spot, and you could clearly, as soon as it popped out, I could tell it was a big coyote. And
so I keep the sounds going. They kind of get together, and another cool little thing we saw, with coyote behavior, the pup coyote kind of cowers down a little bit, and the big coyote kind of comes past it, kind of saying, hey, this is my area, this is my rabbit or whatever, I'm gonna go over there. They kind of mill around for just a second, and it was actually the big male coyote that initiated the approach to the call, and at that point the pup kind of followed in line and got right down below us.
I totally spaced it off that Colten was supposed to be shooting this thing, because it was in his range, they were, and I didn't even tell anybody I was gonna shoot.
Oh, Rick. No, right here. Right here. There. Slow squeeze it right on it.
I just got a double.
Thanks for backing me up, buddy.
One and I killed one. We got a double.
Me and you are awesome.
You just cleaned up Rick's double down there at 170 yards with a red dot.
That's awesome.
So you got the kill. You know that?
Me, Rick got a double.
You got a double then. So we get Rick dropped off back to his truck. We know we're running out of time. We only have a couple hours left. We had to quit hunting early the second day to get on the road. But I had 3 or 4 stands in mind that I thought, you know what? Colten needs one more unassisted coyote on his own. So we make stands. We make 2 blank stands in a row. We pull into this stand. Just another incredible picturesque place to call coyotes from. As we park the truck, we don't get 50 yards from the truck. I look out just barely over the skyline out onto this flat 400 yards in front of us, and I catch a coyote trotting out there.
We're just walking into the honey hole, right? There's a coyote trotting across the top of the flat out here, maybe 300 yards. He's working his way over to this cut. Come here. We're gonna give him a minute here. He's gonna drop up into that cut we set up. We should be able to kill this coyote. Ideal situation right here.
So we give him a few seconds. He makes his way, he disappears into the canyon. We loop around the side hill. Once again, just a great setup as far as cover goes. There's a clump of trees, lots of shadows, rocks, yuccas. We get set up in there real quick. You know, I don't know how fast this coyote's moving or if he's gonna just go and kind of set up into that little draw, or if he's gonna keep moving. So we wanna get things going pretty fast. Got the call fired up. I elected to go with some Lucky Pecker. Wasn't just a minute. Here the coyote came up out of the canyon.
Here he comes, right at a drop, right over my head. See him? Going right here. See him coming? Yep. Get your gun up. Okay, get on your knees. Oh, two of them. There's one out front, farther to the left. Let's kill this one right here. Right here. You ready? Colton. When this one stops. Right here, when this one stops. Take your time.
Woo, woo, woo.
Nice.
Woo, 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 woo.
Shoot that one. Get the right on him. Shoot him.
Woo, woo.
Let him stop. He'll stop. He'll stop when he stops.
Woo, 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 woo.
Okay, Colton, let's turn. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna turn. He doesn't know what's going on. Here he goes. There you go. Take your time.
Woo, woo, woo.
Slow. Oh, here.
Woo, 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 woo.
Here, get him right there.
Woo, woo. Nice.
We got double.
Oh my God. Colton, you got a double, dude.
We killed 11. We killed 11 last night and today.
Oh my gosh.
We killed 4 and 46 today.
Let me get this Colten.
Dad, I want it back on safety.
Okay, good job. Put him back on safety. I gotta catch my breath here a minute.
Dad, I can't.
Well, that's because we got a shell in there. Here, there we go. Just in case another coyote shows up. Dude, hey.
I finally got a double.
You finally got a double. You've been coyote hunting 2 days, and you finally got a double. Yeah, all right, you go check him out. Look at him, he's down there. He's talking like he killed it. He don't even know what he just did. I've seen grown men, I've messed up that quite a few times. Oh man, but the patience and whatnot comes into play, trying to get them just like that. I mean, that could not have played out any better. I was a little worried because the wind's kind of coming across and kind of going back around this hill on there. I was really hoping they'd make a beeline right for the call, which they did. We couldn't ask for anything better than that. You know, I can't stress it enough. You know, take your boys hunting. You know, it's a chore. It can be, it's a challenge, but it's just cool. They're becoming part of us and what we do. And you know, it's something that's extremely important, not only for us as coyote hunters, but us for just hunters in general. Man, we got to get the kids out there any way you can, you know, let them experience this, and you know, they'll be lifelong outdoorsmen.
My name's Colten Nemnich, and I'm 5. I think I'm going to be the new host of The Last Stand.